is my neighbor? A call to radical love. 1 Peter 4 verse 10 says, As every man hath received the gift, even so minister the same one to another, as good stewards of the manifold grace of God. Welcome to Life is a Test. This is Exploring the Parables of Jesus, part 45. Imagine you're walking through a busy city and notice a woman sitting outside a cafe, looking tired and distressed. You feel the pull to help, but keep walking, rationalizing that it's not your problem. Later, you'll see her again, now sitting outside your apartment building, visibly upset. This time, instead of walking past, you stop to check if she's okay. She opens up about her struggles, and you offer her food and direct her to a local shelter. In this moment, she becomes your neighbor, not because you know her or you share common ground, but because she is in need and you choose to show kindness. Your neighbor is anyone in need, regardless of background or circumstance, and you are called to love and show mercy just as Christ teaches us. As you reflect on the parable of the Good Samaritan, we are confronted with the same question the lawyer asked Jesus: Who is my neighbor? This question is not merely an academic or theological exercise. It is deeply personal, challenging each and every one of us to examine the boundaries of our love and compassion. If we were asked that same question, how would we respond? Many people today still define a neighbor as simply the person living next to me or someone from my own race or nation. In a world often divided by race, religion, and social status, Jesus' response to this question remains as radical and transformative today as it was 2,000 years ago. The question, who is my neighbor, was a topic of intense debate among the Jews. And it's in this context that a Jewish lawyer, likely seeking to justify himself or find a loophole, asked Jesus this very question. His inquiry reveals a heart searching for limits, wanting to define who deserves love and compassion and who can be overlooked. Many today still wrestle with this, trying to determine the extent of their moral responsibility and who is worthy of care. Rather than engaging in a technical debate, Jesus, through the parable of the Good Samaritan, redefined the concept of neighbor, expanding it beyond proximity, race, or nationality. Jesus challenged this narrow, self-serving interpretation of the law, showing that our neighbor is anyone in need, regardless of their background, their status, or their origin. This teaching calls us to love without boundaries, reflecting God's inclusive and compassionate nature. By doing so, Jesus not only answered the lawyer's question, but also transformed it in a call to selfless, unconditional love. Many people still narrowly define the term neighbor, and this narrow view is not new. This perspective was common in Jesus' time, as Jewish law was often seen as exclusive. In Jesus' time, the Jewish mindset often saw the law as exclusive only to the Jews, creating a divide between themselves and others. However, the Bible makes it clear that God's law is universal and inclusive. In his instructions to Moses, recorded in Leviticus 24 verse 22, God declares, Ye shall have one manner of law, as well for the stranger as for one of your own country, for I am the Lord your God. Similarly, in Numbers 15 verse 15 to 16, God reaffirmed that his laws apply equally to both the Israelites and the foreigners living among them, establishing a single standard for all generations. Despite this clear teaching, many individuals, religions, and even church denominations have distorted God's law, creating their own interpretations that foster exclusivity and division. The book of Proverbs emphasizes our social and ethical responsibilities towards neighbors. Proverbs 11 verse 12 warns that lacking wisdom leads to despising others, while a person of understanding remains peaceful. Proverbs 14 verse 21 highlights that despising one's neighbor is not only unwise, but sinful. Proverbs 24 verse 28 advises against making false accusations, and Proverbs 25 verse 18 compares false testimony to a destructive weapon. So instead of harboring ill intention, Proverbs 3 verse 29 urges us not to plot against neighbors or withhold help when needed. So what are your views towards outsiders? Those of a different race, ethnicity, or socioeconomic status? Do you treat them differently than those who are similar to you? Do you have the spirit of hatred, division, and prejudice in your heart? Having traveled and lived in various parts of the world, I have witnessed indifference and injustice. I have witnessed racism and mistreatment even within the same racial groups. It's evident during elections when communities fiercely defend their political parties. Evident in families and even in our schools. Since moving to Canada and learning about the historical and ongoing mistreatment of Indigenous people, I've come to realize that hatred, though rooted in history, still persists in the hearts of many today. In St. Matthew 5, verse 43 to 48, Jesus provides the proper interpretation of the law, leaving no room for racism or partiality. He says, "Ye have heard that it hath been said, Thou shalt love thy neighbor and hate thine enemy. But I say unto you, love your enemies, bless them that curse you, do good to them that hate you, and pray for them which despitefully use you and persecute you." This radical call to love challenges us to rise above societal divisions and personal biases. As people of the kingdom of heaven, we must reject racism, classism, and any form of prejudice, whether based on personality, background, or any other distinction. Christ's death on the cross was a unifying act, redeeming people from every race, tongue, nationality, and socioeconomic background. Ephesians 2 verse 14 declares, "For he is our peace, who hath made both one, and hath broken down the middle wall of partition between us." What sin had separated, Christ brought together through his sacrifice. Therefore, as his followers, we should be characterized by radical, unconditional love for all people. This love is not merely a feeling, but an active commitment to justice, compassion, and reconciliation. It is a love that reflects the heart of God and testifies to the transformative power of the gospel. This teaching challenges us to examine our own hearts. Are we, like the lawyer, trying to limit who we consider our neighbor? Or are we holding on to prejudice or exclusivity that contradict God's inclusive love? The Bible calls us to a higher standard, one that reflects God's heart for all people. Galatians 3 verse 28 reminds us, "There is neither Jew nor Greek, there is neither bond nor free, there is neither male or female, for ye are all one in Christ Jesus." In a world still divided by race, class, and nationality, Jesus' call to love our neighbor remains as relevant as ever. It's not enough to love only those who are like us or those we find easy to love. True love, as demonstrated by the Good Samaritan, requires action, reaching out to those in need, even when it's inconvenient or uncomfortable. Let us strive to live out this radical love, breaking down barriers and reflecting God's inclusive grace to a broken world. Thank you for your continued support and for sharing our devotion. We truly appreciate your encouragement and your involvement. We'd love for you to join our weekly prayer meetings with the Upper Room family held every Wednesday morning. It's a powerful time of fellowship and prayer. We also invite all women to be a part of our Wailing Women group, who meets every Wednesday evening at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's a special space for women to come together, receive prayer, and find encouragement in a supportive community. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more devotional and inspirational content. If you'd like more information or want to reach out, feel free to contact us via WhatsApp at 441-519-8087. We look forward to connecting with you again soon. God bless you.